Hello. Welcome to the stream. A future who's building. We are living in a time where the noise of the world is louder than its wisdom. Everywhere we look, we see systems under strain, economic systems that feel disconnected from real human struggle, political systems that seem more focused on control than service, and cultural systems that often divide people faster than they bring them together. Many people feel it. They may not always be able to name it, but they feel it in their daily lives. The pressure, the instability, the uncertainty about what comes next. And in the moments like this, people tend to fall into two traps. Some fall into despair, believing nothing can change. Others fall into anger, believing only the solution is to reject everything and everyone. But there is a third path, and the path is building. Not destroying for the sake of destruction, not escaping reality, but actively constructing something better, step by step, system by system, choice by choice. I believe there is still hope. The naive hope. Not blind eyes, not naive hope, not blind optimism, but a grounded hope. The kind that connects understanding that systems are created by people, that therefore can be changed by people. If something was built, it can be rebuilt. If something is failing, it can be redesigned. If something is unjust, it can be corrected. One of the core issues faced today is how disconnected money has become from real value. Many people work harder than ever, yet feel like they are running just to stay in place. That has become a permanent state for many families. The cost of living continues to rise in ways that feel increasingly unstable. This is where the idea of ethical economics matters. When I talk about resisting harmful financial systems, I'm talking about rejecting exploitation. Systems that trap people in cycles of debt that can never realistically escape. There is nothing normal or necessary about financial systems that rely on perpetually pressure to survive. We should be building systems that reward productivity, honesty, contribution, not systems that quietly extract value from people simply for the existing within them. Sound money matters in this conversation, not a slogan but a principle. A stable, transparent, trustworthy economic foundation allows people to plan their lives, build businesses, and support families without constant uncertainty. When money becomes unstable or over manipulated, society itself becomes unstable. But economies alone is not the full picture. Economics alone is not the full picture. We are also living in a time where conflicts between nations, groups, and ideologies are still treated too casually. War, whether direct or indirect, remains one of the most destructive forces of human history. And yet again and again we see it repeated, justified, and normalized. There is no future worth building that depends on the destruction of human life. We cannot claim to be advancing as a species while constantly turning on our most advanced tools towards harming ourselves. If technology is the expression of human intelligence, then war is a failure of human wisdom. Rejecting war is not weakness, it is maturity. And the recognition that survival is no longer the main challenge, coexistence is. And coexistence requires systems that reduce friction, reduce desperation, increase opportunity. When people are stable, when communities are supported, and individuals have access to education, work, and dignity, the likelihood of conflict decreases dramatically. That is not a theory, that is a pattern recognition. So the question becomes, what do we actually build instead? We build local strength, not isolation, but resilience. Communities that support themselves while still participating in a wider world. We build businesses that prioritize long-term value over short-term extraction. We build technology that empowers individuals instead of controlling them. And the most importantly, we build a culture that values human life as something worth protecting, not exploiting. There's a difference between competition and destruction. Competition drives innovation. Destruction only leaves absence. We need innovation. We also need restraint. We need ambition, but also responsibility. We need growth, but not at the cost of human dignity. If there is an empire worth building in the modern world, it is not an empire of dominance. It is an empire of ideas, creativity, and contribution. A network of people focused on building systems that actually work better than what came before, not for control but for improvement. A future worth living is not come from waiting for institutions to fix themselves. It comes from individuals deciding to act differently, to build differently, to think long term than the systems they inherited. And yes, this starts small: a project, a skill, a business, a community, a decision to stop participating in things that feel extractive and start participating in things that feel constructive. Over time, those decisions compound, and when it begins as an individual, shift becomes a collective movement, not through force but through results, not through division but through example. So when I look at the state of the world, I don't see an ending. I see a transition period, a moment where the old assumptions are breaking down and something new is trying to emerge. That transition will not be smooth, it will not be simple, but it will not be hopeless. The future is still open, and when it becomes depends on what we will build right now. This moment, with these tools, we already have. Not tomorrow's, not someday, now. Because history is not written by those who only criticize the system, it's written by those who build what comes after it. And that work is ahead of us. Well, thank you for listening to my speech. I'll try again another day.